What's up YouTube, PokePrimer here, finally ready to deliver you our team builder for our week 8 match in the PFL Minor League. This week we are taking on Adam and the Palm Coast Pidgeots once again. It is the rematch time. We are beginning to rematch the people from our divisions. We will be rematching Superman and the New York Agrons week 10, and then Ulysses and the Rainy Disasters in week 12. We're starting off here with Adam and the Palm Coast Pidgeots. We played them in, I believe it was week, if I'm not mistaken, it was week 5. Yes, it was week 5 of the season. And we did win. I believe we won 4-0, 4 or 5-0. We won with a fairly decent differential, and I look to potentially do that again. Hopefully, following somewhat of the same strategy, but a couple of things mixed up here to try and catch them off guard, and maybe pull out the W even better than last time. But without further ado, we're going to get ourselves into this. His team, I don't believe, has changed at all since last time. Pretty sure he has the exact same squad, and that squad consists of Mega Pidgeot, Lucario, Delphox, Ditto, Jolteon, Hippowdon, Registeel, Sceptile, Ariados, Alakazam, and Metagross. So his team's pretty solid, very, very fast. It goes from very fast to very slow, very quickly. Like there's decent gaps in the speeds. You know, you go from 130 to 121, and 120 to 104 to 90, and then all the way down to 70. And then just keeps dropping from there. So his team is very unbalanced when it comes to speed tiers, so it's kind of easy to build around the speed tier I need to work with at the time. So there's that. But I think with the strategy that I've devised here, I think that we have a chance to actually use that difference to our advantage in this matchup. So, let's just get into this. The first mon we are bringing is the mon that is packing the entire strategy that's going to most likely, hopefully, win us this matchup. And that is going to be Mega Lopunny. Chun-Li, our Mega Lopunny here. Rocking Fake Out, High Jump Kick, Return, and Magic Coat. High Jump Kick and Return are the only things that we really need against a large portion of this team. You know, High Jump Kick Mega Pidgeot, High Jump Kick or Return Mega Pidgeot, High Jump Kick Lucario, Return Delphox, High Jump Kick or Return Ditto, High Jump Kick or Return Jolteon, High Jump Kick or Return Hippowdon, High Jump Kick Registeel, High Jump Kick or Return Sceptile, Return Ariados, Return Alakazam, High Jump Kick Metagross, pretty much 1 or 2 KOs. Everything on my opponent's team. The Fake Out is so that we can guarantee the Mega Evolution, and if he plays the same way that I think he will, if he plays the same way he did last time, last time we entirely prevented Sticky Webs from coming up on the field by just literally clicking Fake Out and then Return and killing his Ariados turn 2. If he leads with Ariados again, my goal is to lead with Mega Lopunny, go for the Fake Out, and then go for the Magic Coat, predicting him to go for the Stealth Rocks. Or, not the Stealth Rocks, the Sticky Webs. If he goes for the Sticky Webs, Magic Coat will bounce them back to his side of the field, and then he will have the Sticky Webs. And when it comes to his team, outside of Mega Pidgeot, he has no form of hazard removal. So at that point, he's kind of stuck with those webs, which is going to slow his team down tremendously. If something has a Scarf, bye-bye Scarf. If something has a If something's faster than us and it's not scarfed, well, then it's slower than us. You know, it really, really helps out the majority of our team to have sticky webs on my opponent's side of the field like that. It's going to be very, very devastating. The only thing that it's not going to affect is going to be the Ditto, for the most part, because Ditto would receive the stat change from the sticky webs, but then its imposter would kick in and transform it, so it would basically be back to normal with the same speed, if not faster, thanks to its potential choice scarf of whatever it would transform into. So that's going to be a very huge issue in this matchup with this strategy, but if this strategy works, a good portion of my opponent's team is going to be crippled and a lot easier to deal with. So that's the plan. Get webs up on my opponent's side of the field and move from there. We're running enough speed to outspeed Jolteon, max attack, and then the rest into HP. Next up, we have Thor, our Thundurus. Thor and Chun-Li have been basically staples on most of our teams this season just because they work so good together as an offensive tandem. Chun-Li hitting extremely hard on the physical side, while Thundurus comes in and hits hard on both sides, but more so on the special side. Also with the ability to Prankster T-Wave to slow things down and keep Mega Lopunny faster than everything out there. But Thundurus here. Thundurus is actually packing in a nice moveset with Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, HP Ground, and Knockoff. I'm pretty sure it's the same moveset that I ran the last time against Adam, but this moveset just works too good against his team. Thunder Wave to paralyze all the things. I mean, my opponent only has one ground type in Hippowdon, and then obviously Jolteon's immune to it thanks to Volt Absorb and being electric type and unable to be paralyzed, but that's fine. The Thunderbolt is still going to do a large amount of damage to everything else on the team, pretty much. If we can catch things on switch-ins with Thunder Waves, that's great. We can slow things down a lot and allow our other Mons to really shine in the matchup. Our much slower Mons can shine. We have the Hidden Power Ground because Jolteon is a switch-in all the time. Jolteon would most likely switch into this thing trying to catch an electric type move and would just catch an HP Ground and get 2-hit KO'd. So that's the plan with that. And then we have the Knockoff, just for the simple fact of knocking off items and making our lives just a little bit easier. So that's what Thundurus is going to be doing with his Life Orb and whatnot. Next up, we have Cannons, our Assault Vested, Flame Body, and Mag Mortar. Literally the exact same set we ran last time. 100% the exact same set. Max Speed, Max Special Attack, Mild Nature, 4 into HP. Flamethrower, because that's all we really need. Flamethrower 2 KOs, the Registeel KOs, the Sceptile KOs, the Ariados KOs, the pretty sure 2 KOs, the Metagross KOs, the Lucario. Blows through a large portion of my opponent's team. The Earthquake is there for extra coverage to handle the Delphox and the Jolteon. HP Ice is for the... Oh, excuse me. HP Ice is for the Mega Pidgeot and the Hippowdon. And then we have the Flame Charge. Flame Charge is very interesting because if we can hit something that's trying to switch into us with a Flame Charge, we will then get our speed up and we will be much faster. Especially under sticky webs, it could be kind of dangerous because once we get that speed going, we're going to outspeed just about everything and have the potential to start KOing things even better. So having that extra bulk with the Assault Vest, plus having the potential to get that extra speed with the Flame Charge, is really, really nice. So that's going to be our Cannons. Next up we have Wall Breaker. We're running a little bit of a different set this week, holding the leftovers just for longevity purposes. With Outrage, Ice Beam, Earth Power, and Roost. Outrage is going to do massive damage to just about everything on my opponent's team. Nothing really wants to take it, especially packed behind a max attack Kyurem Black. It's terrifying to think about. Ice Beam is there for the Powdon. The Powdon's not going to appreciate that. It's one of the few things on my opponent's team that can actually switch in and take an Outrage from this thing. The other things that could do so would be the Registeel or the Lucario or something like that, and none of them want to take an Earth Power either from this thing. Even with just a little tiny bit of special attack investment, it's still a lot of special attack, so it's going to hurt. And then lastly, we're going to pack the Roost. Roost is going to allow us to gain our HP back if we start to get whittled down, which is really good because Kyurem can sit on the field for a while. Kyurem can take a few hits if it needs to, and with the Roost, it can keep its longevity going and really be a threat to my opponent's team. Next up, we have Black Lagoon, our Swampert, holding the leftovers, rocking the relaxed nature. I don't know why I went relaxed. I think I might have changed to bold in the battle. I don't know. By the way, the battle did already happen, guys, just so you guys are aware. Battle did already happen, so, yeah. The Scald, Earth Power, Stealth Rocks, and Toxic. Stealth Rocks, get those up on the field, would be really nice. Cause a decent amount of damage to my opponent. We have the Scald, so that we can potentially burn things and hit that Delphox and hit Powdon hard. We have the Earth Power because my opponent's team has a lot of ground weaknesses, 5 to be exact. So we can hit those things extra hard. And then the Toxic, just for switch-ins. Something tries to switch into Swampert, we can Toxic it and whittle it down. So that's cool. That's cool. And then lastly, we're going to be packing Pepe Le Pew with a Black Sludge Aftermath ability. This thing is going to be fully specially defensive for the most part this week. Working 228 special defense, 244 HP, and the last little tiny bit into special attack. This thing's mainly here just to switch in special hits, essentially. That's all I brought it for. I just needed some other wall on the team, something else that could take a hit or two here or there, and move on from there. We're packing the Acid Spray, so we can hit something and lower its special defense 2 stages and allow us to do more damage later or cause switch outs. We have the Dark Pulse for the Zam, the Metagross, and the Delphox, none of which will appreciate it. Flamethrower is there for the many fire weaknesses on my opponent's team. There's so many of them. There's like 5 fire weaknesses on my opponent's team, so Flamethrower is going to do good damage to them. And then we have the Taunt. Taunt is actually really good for this because there's a lot of things that might want to set up against us, so that's kind of annoying. Also, it prevents the Registeel from setting up, going for things like Rest or something like that. And it could also be a good anti-lead against Ariados, because we do naturally outspeed Ariados as well, so we can just taunt that thing and prevent it from putting up sticky webs if we chose to go that direction in the battle. So, that's going to be our team. Chun-Li, Thor, Cannons, Wallbreaker, Black Lagoon, and Pepe Le Pew. If you guys are hyped for this matchup, please make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, I'm PokePrimer, signing off.